Welcome to World Robot Conference 2025 in Beijing. It's an inspiring scene here where cutting-edge robots and eager crowds are filling the exhibition halls. The atmosphere crackles with innovation. Humanoid robots and robot dogs are drawing crowds all around. With over 4.28 million robots working in factories worldwide, this expo feels like a showcase of the future taking shape around the globe. Experts, researchers, and entrepreneurs from around the world are here to talk shop and to get an inside look at what's to come. As an emerging market economy, the United Arab Emirates is gearing up for the leadership in global robotics, and it has set ambitious goals.
Yes, UAE has a lot of investment, and UAE try now to move from to the knowledge-based economy and try to invest a lot of new technology like artificial intelligence and robotics. And we have a lot of programs and innovations and AI and so forth. One of them is robotics and automations program, which is trying to deploy more than 200,000 robots by 2030.
So the UAE has know-how in smart cities and healthcare using robotics technology, and China has a vast market for that. So how can China and the UAE work together?
Yes, the UAE has a lot of investment, and I think China also is playing a big role in robotics and automation. Now, I think with the collaboration between China and UAE, especially in the research center and educations, can help the knowledge transfer and transfer of the technology to the UAE and to help UAE to achieve this vision.
And when it comes to robotics-driven smart cities, anything interesting to come in the next decade in the UAE?
Yes, in 2030, they're planning to have to transfer 25% of the vehicle should be moved, like they have moved to the autonomous vehicles, and we have like autonomous transport. And so they have and also we're working in 25% also of the new building become from 3D printed. So there is a lot of technology or a lot of area for development and utilize the robotics in this area.
The UAE is incorporating robotics into futuristic city building, but what about basic needs and living standards? That brings us to Cameroon, where the strategy is more down to earth.
Agriculture is, as you said, a very important part of our economy. Actually, agriculture can bring, bringing smart agriculture can be very helpful for a country by boosting actually the production. So this is where robot can be very useful, very helpful when it comes to smart harvesting, crops monitoring. That's the reason why we think that robotics is actually a very important point in promoting smart agriculture in my country. Yeah.
Let's talk about the global technology gap. How can robotics help close the global technology gap, especially for global South countries, rather than widen it?
I think the solution is collaboration, cooperation. Every country wants to build its own solutions. Cameroon can work with China in terms of training students, training young people there to be able to repair instead of ordering every time. Training them to build some little local solutions. I think the collaboration and the cooperation and the exchange, both exchange can be a very good point in closing this gap. Cameroon is very open, and China has the knowledge, has the technology, and we have the potential. And one of our greatest partners until today is China. So I think China and Cameroon can actually work together and promote a win-win cooperation.
From emerging markets to global South countries, robotics is transforming industries and empowering local communities. During this process, how do we make sure the game is fair and inclusive? Who sets the standards? And more importantly, where are we heading in automation? We know that Europe is very keen on protecting data privacy, safety, and ethics. So how are these values reshaping your robotics development strategy there?
They are important for us. We are quite concerned about privacy issues, and you might know that GDPR regulation was established a couple of years ago. So we value that the private information has to be protected. But we think that can be arranged also when new AI models are developed and harnessed. And there I see the possibility and the only way that we have a global, let's say, regulation or standardization actions taken.
So from your perspectives, what are the major trends when it comes to the application and commercialization of automation and robotics technologies?
I see there is a lot of things. Surely we have to acknowledge now, if we think about the statistics of robots, I mean how many robot units are sold and where they are sold. China is the major player on that. I would like to see the increase also the numbers in Europe, and we need to see that number. Otherwise we can't produce the things which we need in European side, and we need to be able to do that. China has many robotic companies who can provide good quality modules, motors, links, and different sensors. We can get them in European scale and apply them different scales. So there I see direct cooperative possibility. Surely we hope also that the European products could be sold here in China. So my thinking is that we don't need to develop the wheel in every place, but we can work together, and that way everyone will win.
Shaping the future of robotics isn't just about innovation, it's also about influence. From standards and safety to ethics and trust, different regions bring different perspectives to how robotics should be developed, regulated, and applied.
I think that ethical development means different things to different people. I think right now we're in the early stages of developing AI. So I think we need to keep in mind that we don't want AI or robotics to harm people, that we want these technologies to benefit society. And I hope that everybody around the world shares that viewpoint.
So when a new technology emerges, it's always a competition of setting standards among major powers. But for this time, how can these major powers in the world work together in ethical development of robotics?
Well, hopefully we can work together on agenda setting through organizations like the International Standards Organization. I think it's too important. Safety is too important to let that kind of competition impact. Think about what a humanoid might be capable of if it's in your home and it falls down on your child or your grandmother. You want to make sure that they're safe before they're introduced into the home environment. The same is true in a factory or a warehouse. And whether it's in China or it's in the United States or in Europe or anywhere. So I really believe that countries will have to come together to make sure that we safeguard these technologies.
Robotics is reshaping the way we work and live, that's for sure, but in the next decade, anything interesting to come?
Well, right now, all the energy and all the money is going into humanoids and AI to enable them. So I think you will see developments in the next decade that are impactful. And I think it's whether humanoids become the form factor of the future or not, that's still an open question. And whether it's a two-legged robot or it's a humanoid torso on a mobile robot base, that's still very much in question. But the reality is, whether it's a humanoid, a robot of another type, or not a robot at all, companies care about a solution to their problem. They want something that is inexpensive, that it's efficient, and that can be counted on to be reliable. And so they're focused on solutions. If it's a humanoid, if it's another type of robot, if it's not a robot at all, they want the best.
As we wrap up our time here, it's clear robotics is truly a global conversation. These intelligent machines spark joy, creativity, collaboration, and new possibilities. Robots may be built in different countries, but the future they shape belongs to all of us. The future is moving fast. It's ours to create. I'm Xiaocheng reporting from World Robot Conference 2025 in Beijing.